You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Nightwatch zone.
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime.
This is the siege.
I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the Nightwatch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID, it's a spiral. Emotions, hand on the Bible. Only go sign on the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder, Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit's Sigourney Weaver, love the Nightwatch zone. Come with me to the Nightwatch zone.
There are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Hope you guys are having a good Thursday morning. I'm chilling out. It's just a little bit after 11, and yeah, let's get into some talking. Just to say hello to everyone in the chat. Let's see, Val, what's going on? Always taking care of business, making sure that you guys hit the like button. Don't forget to do that. We really need to, have that support. And if you do, this is the feeling that you get from us.
You got the hooks for that, pussycat?
Who loves you, baby?
There you go. Hope you're doing well, Val. What's up? JJ's in the chat. Nathan, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Wow, a lot of channel members up in here. Dan as well. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. I know you're at work. That's the type of commitment Dan has to the community and to the Nightwatch zone. He's watching or listening to us while at work. That's all right, man. You're all right. Let's see. What's up, Barb? Barb's in the chat saying good morning. Good morning to you as well. Chuck, what's up, Chuck? Good to see you as well. Let's see. Chuck said I'm enjoying the stream. We had a little opening, a little bit of music, hopefully to get you guys in the mood and so forth and so forth. And thank you, Val. Good morning to you too. Well, guys, it's been a really busy several weeks on the channel. Been very, very cool. I've been like super busy pretty much every single day, doing some stuff, getting some stuff situated and set up for you guys. One of the big things, of course, this is just housekeeping stuff, but one of the big things I just want to announce and remind you guys is that tomorrow night is a huge night, for us. For me personally, as a YouTuber, getting a chance to have a sit down talk with someone who's truly inspired me so much. And of course, I'm talking about Lee from Drum Dums is going to be with us live tomorrow night. So if you guys have not hit the stream and hit the like button on that stream, please do. It's going to be a really, really fun and entertaining conversation. Lee is amazing. Most of you guys, if you've spent any time on YouTube, especially in movie and horror movie circles, you have to know who Lee is. And I'm just really honored that he's going to come and spend some time with us and get to meet our community. I know you guys will be amazing. Just like last week when we had Piz on with us, which was an amazing stream. So it's just really cool that I get a chance to talk to these wonderful content creators, number one, that are just so knowledgeable and they've been around for a long time and very inspirational to me personally as a YouTuber. So definitely on the front page of the channel, I try to always have streams up at least a couple days in advance. So that one has been up. So please hit the like button for that. That would be really cool. Strange Monkey, what's up? What's up? Saying, talking about Maika Monroe, saying she needs to be in a lot more horror movies. I loved It Follows. Yeah, bro. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to, with these morning streams, a lot of times I want to spend time just talking to you guys and answering questions and doing those types of things, every once in a while having guests on the panel, which I may have this morning as well, so we will see. You might have a surprise, but I wanted to spend especially these last couple of weeks um just kind of focusing on certain aspects of horror and movies. And definitely when you talk about scream queens, we talk about a whole bunch of them, especially a lot of the OGs, but there's a lot of great modern scream queens that they're starting to get talked about, but some of them not so much. And Micah is a huge example of that. And actually, let me just put up, this is what I want to share with you guys. I've been doing, hopefully most of you guys do know this, but I love to do polls and stuff like that on the community tab. And what I want to do is show you guys um, one of our polls that we had just recently put up. And this is basically asking about modern scream queens. And the question that I had asked was, which of these modern day scream queens films do you enjoy the most? And of course, we had to have Anya Taylor-Joy, of course, Melissa Barrera, Maika Monroe, and Mia Goth. And um, Mia Goth is ahead by a little bit right now, 37%. At one point, Melissa Barrera was ahead, and Anya Taylor-Joy was in third place. And Maika Monroe has been in fourth place the whole time. It's a travesty. It is a travesty. When I saw that, and I but I let me just be transparent. I knew that she would be in fourth place. That's number one. And that's part of the reason why I set up this stream the way I set it up. I saw that poll and saw that she was in fourth place. This is what I thought.
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
No, I'm just I just couldn't believe it. I could believe it, but I couldn't believe it. And what I mean is, I think that it's just that there weren't many votes for her. And I think part of that too is because her movies aren't, always in the limelight. It Follows kind of was a breakout movie, kind of become a little bit of a cult classic. But her other movies have usually been a little bit more under the radar. But I got to admit, guys, she's got some great movies. And I wanted to talk at least about one or two of them today, maybe even three. We'll see how far I get. But anyways, yeah, I saw that poll and I was just like, what? That is crazy. And it's no disrespect, of course, to the other actresses because I love them. That's why I put them in the poll. I think, when you talk about Anya Taylor-Joy and obviously Mia Goth and even Melissa Barrera, who I think that she's definitely got something going on right now, especially after her performance in Scream 6. So anyways, but if you haven't voted on that poll, please do that on the community tab. Check out the community tab. I try to do something with the community tab every single day, which, it does take time to do that. So definitely check that out. Nathan saying, when are you guys checking out Insidious the Red Door if you guys are planning to watch it? We're going to be checking it out on Friday. On Friday, man. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I've been a big fan of the franchise, a big fan of Patrick Wilson, his first time directing it. And all the connections of this family tree that go back to Lee Wanell and James Wan. I'm down with it. I'm hoping for the best. I don't know. We'll see. You would think it's going to be pretty good. I like the trailer. I like what I've heard. But we'll see. Either way, I'm going to be going to check it out and hopefully letting you guys know about it. But definitely Friday is going to be all about welcoming Lee to the community and introducing him to you guys and you guys getting a chance to have front row seat. I can honestly say to you guys, when I'm in Lee's live chats, there's tons of people there and he's amazing as far as talking with people making them feel at home and so forth. But everybody doesn't get a chance to communicate with him or ask questions. But tomorrow night, you guys will. You guys will. And that I think that's a really, really cool thing. He's very knowledgeable. You guys know we're going to be talking about really cool movies. He's a fan of especially one of Micah Monroe's newer movies, Significant Other, which I'll be talking about in a second as well. But of course, we're going to talk about the OGs, the classics. We're going to talk about Halloween. We're going to talk about, things like that and Scream. So it's going to be awesome, man. Nathan saying, "Oh, Drum Dums tomorrow, sign me the hell up." That's right, man. Check out that front page, you guys. For you guys, especially for you guys that are channel members, that front page, man, it gives you all the communication, whether it's on the community tab or it shows you our upcoming streams and so forth. So Val, thank you for putting the link in the chat. That's the link. If everyone could click that link, put a like on that stream, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. We'll see what happens. I'll be checking on that. And Val, actually, if you get a chance, let me know how many likes are on that stream because we should have a lot more likes on that stream than we do. So I want to make sure that when Lee is here, he definitely gets a chance to get a warm welcome from all of you guys. JJ saying, "Awesome t-shirt you're wearing." Oh, thank you. Yeah, Phantasm, man. If you guys were with us on July the 4th on Tuesday night, we had our Versus stream, which it's becoming a thing. It's really becoming a thing. We've had so much fun. You guys been seeming to enjoy it so much in the live chat. We've had a lot of new faces come into the live chat. It's been really, really cool, man. It really, really has. And our next versus stream is going to be crazy. That's all I have to say to you guys. Strange Monkey, if he's still in the chat, he's gonna love this next one that we're gonna do. It's gonna be so much fun. We will be doing it on a different night though, because next Tuesday we also have another special guest come and hang out with us, Christian Hannah from Planet Christian Hannah Horror. So keep a lookout on that stuff, guys, because I try to communicate it with you so you guys know what's going on. And yeah, very, very cool. Sunrise, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. You know how it's going, man. I'm working hard, man. What's up, Sarah? Sarah's in the chat. Oh, good to see you, Sarah. Hope you're doing well. All right. Let me see. Sarah saying, "I'm sorry. I just really don't like It Follows, and I can't think of what else she's in." Well, hopefully, after today's stream, you'll get some ideas and see what you think. And see what you think. I love It Follows, man. It's one of those movies. It kind of felt like a throwback to me, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I do know some people that weren't really big into it, though. I do know some people. Barb saying I voted Melissa because she's a little badass. It's because of her that I was inspired to decorate a wall with Scream 6 posters. All right. All right. That's cool. She was awesome in Scream 6, man. I'm so happy for her as far as her performance and the reception she's gotten from it. It's really cool. Carrie, what's up? Good to see you. Can't have morning without night. Good one. Good one. Barb said, "Haven't seen It Follows yet, though." Well, hopefully after today, you might be inspired to. Denisha, what's up, Denisha? Good to see you too. Dan, you're right. The Guest is really good. That's another movie from Maika Monroe. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, she's such a talented actress. She really is. And her movies have had really big range. Again, the couple that I'm going to talk about, I think, shows some really good range from her as well. Hulk, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Ty, what's up? Saying, "Wait, you're collabing with Drum Dums." Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm just messing with you, Ty, but well, I'm messing with you, but I'm serious. You guys have got to keep track of the front page. I've had the stream up for Drum Dums for like the last 2 weeks. So keep an eye on the front page, guys. It lets you know what's going on so that you don't miss anything. But yes, tomorrow night, Lee's going to be here with us, and it's going to be awesome at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. So come on in. I think it's going to be fun. Oh man. Ooh. Val saying only 11 like right now. I think that's the likes on the stream. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's make this happen. Ty saying It Follows is good. I'm glad they didn't turn it into a franchise. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad too, man. Some things just need to be a one and done, right? Some things just need to be a one and done. Val saying the Versus streams have been a blast. They really have. Seriously. It's been so much fun. It has. It really has. Sunrise coming in with a super chat. Yes. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. And just showing support, buddy. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Seriously. I really, really do. You know how it goes. Just putting in the time and the effort. And you guys are all right. And it looks like Carrie has an anniversary as a channel member. All right. Wow, Carrie, 13 months, man. 13 months that you've just been such a huge and generous supporter, beyond just being an awesome person and friend. But thank you so much, Carrie, saying, this is classic, Carrie. Oh my God, 13 months, best 13 months of me life. It's an honor, Nightwatch Zone. Always will be an honor. I have more letters, so I'll keep typing. Carrie, you're all right. Carrie, let's look. This one's for you, Carrie.
Don't you know that this feeling is only yours and mine? Don't you know that this love would last for all time?
There you go. Thank you so much, Carrie. But I really appreciate it, for all you guys, and we have a whole bunch of you guys in here, channel members and Patreon members. You guys, seriously, you guys really help, to make things happen. Especially Thursday morning streams are kind of interesting because I don't always have a lot of time, and sometimes I have work conflicts with work, but I always feel like, well, I have so many people that like to hang out and so much support from you guys. So I want to make sure that I can spend time with you guys and hang out and stuff like that. So you guys really do, like I always say, help to keep the lights on. You really do. Let's see. Carrie said, I also didn't like It Follows. It never resonated. Okay. All right. Well, hey, that's all right. That's all right. Barb saying, I love that the streams are up there in advance. I control my own work schedule, so sometimes I can block off time for the special streams that are during typical work hours. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I've never heard anyone respond like that. I never thought of it like that as far as, you know, if you have the opportunity to control your work schedule. But yeah, I mean, I just like people to know what we have planned. When we stream, just also to put this out there to you guys, and I've talked about this especially in the recent couple of months. Streaming it's fun, to be able to interact with the audience, So if we don't have you guys having fun, then streaming it doesn't really matter. We can just upload videos, which of course YouTube favors that. YouTube doesn't favor streams. So when we stream, it's definitely the type of thing where we do it so we can hang out with you guys, or I can hang out with you guys, answer questions, have communication, and so forth. So that's another reason why I try to make sure I put those streams up in advance. So funny you say classic Carrie. It is. It is. You know what I'm talking about. What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you. Ty saying, I didn't love the final quote unquote battle at the pool, though. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. What's up, Joe? Joe's in the house saying, hey, Night, can't wait for 12:30. Yeah, at 12:30, so less than an hour, I'm going to be jumping over with Joe on his channel, Dreaming Insomniacs, and hang out for a little bit. So, yeah. Let's see. Sarah coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Sarah, saying, you're a class act, Night. Thank you, Sarah. Excuse me. That caught me off guard. I was just reading it and it kind of just hit me. Sarah, you're thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. I I'm speechless, but that's very sweet. Thank you so much, Sarah. You're all right. Let this look. This one's for you, Sarah. I'm all flustered. Here we go.
Baby, can you dig your man? He's a righteous man.
You caught me with that one. You really, really did. Um, let's see. Barb saying, for example, Jake had a movie trivia next Friday, and Sarah is an awesome host, so I blocked my Friday night. Yes, I mean that definitely makes it worth it, and you can you can maneuver things, especially if it's something you're looking forward to. Yeah, you guys are too sweet. Much appreciated, man. Hey, Katie, and we have a knock on the door. Let me bring in my good buddy. You guys know who he is from Craving Something Scary. It's Steven himself. What's going on, man?
Hey, good morning, my friend.
How you doing?
Doing all right, man. It's good to see you. Wait, thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking to myself, hey, if you're able to pop on and we can hang out for a little bit. We had some fun last night with our good buddy Michael from Movies and Beyond, watching The Lost Boys. It was
Yes,
awesome.
indeed. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was, man.
A
Bringing
lot
me
of
back
fun.
to the 80s.
Oh yeah, best decade, man, for me. The
Oh,
best decade
yeah.
of all time, man.
Yeah, man. It was just some fun stuff, man. Some fun stuff. Joe saying, hey, Steven.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, Sarah. Hey, Katie. Good morning. Hey,
You guys are
Val.
all right.
Good
And
to see you all.
Carrie coming in with another. She's on a roll this morning. Thank you, Carrie, saying, I also agree with Sarah when she says you're a class act. And also, I hope classic Carrie sticks. Also, drink some water. We care about your hydration. Thank you,
Oh man.
Carrie. You're all right. She's all right, man. So many cool people. All right. Now, listen, this is what I wanted to do, Stephen. First of all, let me ask you this. And I know, and for you guys, I think you guys understand from being around with us long enough. Some of you guys are newer, but we never, this isn't scripted. We're never scripted when we're live. We just fly by the seat of our pants, literally.
Yep.
So, and Stephen was gracious enough to hang out here today. But Stephen, let me ask you this because we got some people in the chat. Have you ever seen It Follows?
Yes, I have.
What what I was doing today is I was just I've been talking about Scream Queens and Final Girls the last couple weeks,
Hmm.
and what I wanted to do today was to I don't know if I want to say, well, I guess I could say focus on Maika Monroe and a couple of her roles, most
Okay.
notably like in It Follows. What did you think about It Follows?
Oh,
Oop, you still there?
there we go. I think my having a little technical difficulty over here.
Oh, that's
Um,
okay.
may have to call for some assistance. So what did I think of It Follows, right? Of It Follows?
Yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts were on it, if any.
Yeah, overall, I mean, it's not a go-to movie for me. It's not one that I like just will turn on and watch or go to want to see. Having
Mm-hmm.
said that though, I thought for what it was done pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was a good film in terms of what they were trying to do with it. And the concept, it was not new, and we've
Right.
seen it in other films. The Ring comes to mind, and Smile more recently. But having said that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I watched it. I watched it I only seen it one time, and
Okay.
I enjoyed the pool scene. It was pretty cool when they were
Mm-hmm.
inside there in the swimming pool.
Yep.
That comes to mind as a memorable scene. So I would say I like it. I think the performances were good, but it's just not a movie that is like on my top 10 or anything like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was actually curious because I don't think we've ever gotten a chance to talk about it
Mm-mm.
ourselves.
I don't
You
think
know.
so. No.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, explain what I thought of it. For me, when I saw the movie, Oh, and by the way, these guys come in with super chats. Carrie, oh, thank you, Carrie, saying, "Hey, Stephen, my friend. Glad to see
Oh,
you.
hey,
Much love."
Carrie.
Oh, you're all right. Carrie, thank you so much. And Joe as well saying, "You enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, but do you enjoy his music?" I do enjoy his music. Actually, probably well, I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. I was about to say maybe I enjoy his music more than his movies, but it's maybe neck and neck. Um, yeah, but I do enjoy his music. I really, really do. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Dre's in the chat. What's up? Rainbow Fright. All right, all right. And I knew she was a fan of It Follows. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Dre, I gotta get you back on here. Haven't had you on in a long time. We gotta get back on here and talk about It Follows and preach the gospel. That's what we gotta do is preach the gospel. Um, but yeah, for me, when I saw It Follows, it was a movie that kind of came out of left field for me, and it really has this interesting aesthetic to it. It's got this really cool atmosphere. It really feels like when I was watching it, and still when I'm watching it, even today, it takes me kinda in a different place, and it feels it's really weird because whether it's the music or some of the shot selections, it really harkens back to, like, old school Carpenter movies to me for
Mm,
whatever reason, and I've heard other people say that as well that I've talked to about this movie, but it's got a really interesting concept, for you guys that don't know, about the concept of the movie, just to kinda go through a really quick um, just an idea what's going on. You have this situation in the movie, and I really, really dig it. Is the situation in the movie where there's this entity, like this creature that is, obviously the thing. It's what It Follows is about, and it pursues the victim, but it only pursues a victim after it's been passed on to them through a sexual encounter. So it's kinda trippy like that, man. And it's been out for a while. I think it came out in 2015, and, it had a successful limited release, but I think it's one of those movies that people don't really know too much about, although it did pretty good for box office. It made, like, 25 million, only had a $1 million budget. It's really like it has this really gritty type of feeling to it. You know what I'm saying? And,
mhm.
Maika Monroe is the star of the movie, and, there's other people involved as well, but she plays the character of Jay. She's targeted by this entity, and throughout the movie, like, she has to figure out how to defeat it. Now, when I first saw it, it reminded me, kind of like what you just said, Steven, it reminded me of The Ring, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yes, like in The Ring, this thing was passed on. Samara was passed on to a
Mhm.
victim because they saw the videotape,
Yep.
and they basically had 7 days before she would come and kill them. This is a little bit different, but kinda in that same ballpark. But I will say this, and I'm a huge fan of The Ring. Like, I could talk about The Ring all day. I'm a huge fan of The Ring. But I will say this, even though there's some similarities, It Follows is different enough that I didn't feel like it was just copy and paste, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
mean, there's scenes in the movie, and I don't wanna spoil it for some of you guys that haven't seen it, and for some of you guys that,
Mhm,
maybe have seen it but weren't big on it. I would say check it out again. You just never
mhm.
know. You might
Yeah.
feel better, but it has legit scenes where it creeped me out or even gave me a scare. I was like, "Whoa." I mean, think about it, guys. This is an entity that can be anywhere, and it could be anybody. It could look like the postman, it could look like the president, it could look like your aunt, your uncle, and it pursues you. It just comes after you, right?
Mhm.
So the thing of it is when you're out and about, it could be anyone. And so that was really, really interesting. And Jay, Michael Monroe's character, man, she gets faced with with some situations. There's a couple of really cool, scary moments, a couple of good jump scares and so forth. So, anyways, that's the movie that introduced me to her, as an actress, and I really enjoyed the movie, obviously, but I kept thinking to myself, man, if she can do some other movies, on this type of level, she's going to be all right. She's going to be great in, horror and thrillers and stuff like that. So, anyways, that's It Follows. Let me just catch up to you guys in the chat real quick. Nathan's a fan of It Follows. All right. Sunrise and Mia Goth will always be my horror crush. All right. All right. I can't disagree with you, bro. Ty saying, I love how it relies on drawn out tension by the Hitchcock method of showing you the threat and playing the dread game instead of loud jump scares. Yeah, that's that's well said, because I think the thing with It Follows is that you don't know when, quote unquote, it is going to happen. You're waiting. Sometimes they really draw out the tension. And I love movies like that. It really, like I said, it harkens back to old school Carpenter. It's kind of like with Halloween. Those moments of him stalking or even the chases, they were drawn out, but so well done as far as the execution, the way it was filmed, with the cinematography, with the music. And it didn't feel cheap. Same thing with this movie. It didn't feel cheap. And again, this movie came out 2015, I believe, or 2014. And it really, it came at a time for horror movies where I felt like, wow, we can still do some really good horror. That's kind of what I felt like, you know. Val hasn't seen it either. I'm gonna tell you what, Val, maybe we'll do a watch party of it, because I know some of you guys, especially channel members, haven't seen it. I love it. It's a great movie. It really is. Katie is a fan. All right. Ty saying The Ring is overall boring to me, but It Follows holds my attention much more, but The Ring is scarier, I guess. Okay. All right. Carrie saying, I'll be right back. Be careful, Carrie. Gina's in the chat. What's going on, Gina? All right. And I know Steven will be back in a minute too. But here's the next movie I want to talk about, guys. And this is definitely a movie. If you haven't seen it, you have got to see this movie, especially for you guys that are, again, and I know I keep saying it, but it's true. Like, if you're a Carpenter fan, this movie, and it's funny because I was late to the party. I had heard a lot of people talking about it, and everyone kept saying, you got to see this movie called Watcher. It was from 2022. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And at first I didn't know Monroe was in it. And then when I found out, I was like, oh man, okay, I've got to check it. So I did, and everybody was right. Everybody that raved about this movie was right. It is such a good movie. Again, well done, great cinematography. She's front and center in the movie and holds her own. She's a great actress, in my opinion. She really, really is. The story is fantastic. It's got a mystery element to it. It's got everything you want. It's got everything you want, guys. It's more of a psychological thriller. Now this one was written and directed by Chloe Okuno, and that's her feature directorial debut. I really, really dig the way she directed this film. It was very, very cool. But you basically have this lady, played by Maika Monroe, and she's in a situation where she sees this person across the way, that is watching her. And of course, you'd sit back and say, well, what's going to happen? Now the other thing too is that she had traveled abroad with her husband. So she's in a place where she's very much alone. She doesn't know the culture that well. She's trying to learn it. I think it's Bucharest they went to, but she suspects that a stranger who watches her from the apartment building across the street may be a local killer, a psychopath, serial killer. And so throughout the movie, you see situations where she's trying to uncover the mystery. She follows him, she watches him, and so forth. And there's a lot of great scenes full of tension. There was a scene in a supermarket where she basically was watching him from the back door, back in the back of the store, whatever. And it is just really, really cool, man. It is really, really cool. It's well done. It's got a lot of great scenes, great acting. It's definitely a movie. If you haven't checked it out, You guys should check it out. It's really, really well done. And again, Maika Monroe is in the front and center. Boom. That's all I got to say, guys. That's all I got to say. Real quick, let me catch up to you guys in the chat. American Turkey Burger, what's up? Saying it's a fun movie. I own it on Blu-ray. Yeah, it's definitely. Listen, guys, again, not everyone's going to like everything that everyone else likes, and that's fine. I know some of you guys said, that you had issues with it, and that's perfectly fine. But I will say this, especially as someone who watches a lot of movies. I've had a couple of occasions as a YouTuber, but I've also had this happen to me even before I was doing YouTube, where I'd watch a movie and it didn't really work for me for whatever reason, or maybe I just wasn't, I wasn't impressed or whatever. And there's been times when I'd watch it that second time, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I get it. So I would just say, keep an open mind, because you never know. You never know. What's up, Ben? Ben sent Micah hearts. Yeah, she's really, really good, man. Barb saying it started off slow, so I turned it off. Maybe I'll have to give it another shot. I would say so. Give it another shot. Dan saying it follows is better than the sequel. It smiles. Yes. Barb coming in with a super sticker. Thank you so much, Barb. We really appreciate it. You rock. That's awesome. Barb saying, I'll check the replay for the remaining time. Work calls. Enjoy the chat, friends. Thank you, Barb. We appreciate you so much. I hope work goes well for you. But yeah, guys, for Watcher, it is really, really good. It is really, really good. It's different than It Follows. And that's part of the reason I wanted to talk about these particular movies, because they're different from each other, although they do share great tension and atmosphere. So this is the second of 3 movies I wanted to mention to you guys. But again, there's this scene in Watcher where she's going on the subway. And of course, the subway, there's no one around. It's the most empty subway of all time. And, I'm not going to give it away, but certain things are happening in this scene leading up to this. And again, putting yourself in her situation, in her shoes of this movie, of this character, it is truly frightening. It truly is frightening. So again, if you have not seen Watcher, definitely check it out. It was really, really good. JJ saying It Follows was good. Haven't seen Watcher. That's exactly why I'm so happy to do this particular stream, because I think for those who don't know, and again, I was late to the party for Watcher. I think I saw Watcher maybe at the beginning of this year. I think it was at the beginning of this year I finally sat down and watched it. So I was a year behind, or a little bit less than a year behind, and it is a great movie. It really, really is. I'm so glad I checked it out, because I had heard so many good things about it. So I was kind of like, man, I got to see what all the fuss is about. But I would definitely say, if you're looking for a really cool, atmospheric, full of tension movie, this is a great one. I really do think that. So, JJ, I would say check it out. Let me know what you think of it when you do. Yeah. So, okay, Joe. Yep. I figured that you would send it on Insta. Yeah, man. Very cool. All right. So, for you guys, definitely check out Watcher. That one is a lot less well known than It Follows. Maybe that'll change it. Maybe that'll change at some point soon. Katie saying I haven't seen it. Yep, I figured most of you guys haven't. But again, really, really good movie. And especially if you love, like a slow burn, full of tension, atmospheric, really well shot, and well acted. And I don't want to give anything away about it, but it's got some interesting stuff. It really, really does. So definitely check it out. Again, I'm guilty of it myself. It was recommended to me by multiple people. Plus, I had heard several people talk about it. I had heard several people talk about it and, really giving it high praise. And I was like, well, let me check it out. Now, again, and I also want to put this disclaimer out. Watcher, just like with It Follows, it is not like a bloodbath full of gore and guts. Like Evil Dead Rise or something like that. You got to know what you're getting into. These are really well done movies where, and it's no shade to stuff like Evil Dead Rise. You guys know I love Evil Dead movies, but these are movies where you really do get a chance to see the talent of the actors and the actresses. In this case specifically, which again is why when we did the poll, and I know some of you guys are just jumping in, by the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do, which is why when we did the poll for modern day Scream Queens, I knew that she would probably be in fourth place, but I didn't know how far in fourth place she would be. And that, again, I love Mia Goth. I love Melissa Barrera. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. But Maika Monroe, man, if you watch these movies, I'm telling you, she has a lot of talent and a really wide range, which is why I'm going to talk about the third movie of hers that I think is really, really cool. And no one talks about it. There's one person I've heard talk about it, and that's Lee, who's amazing. So when he comes here tomorrow night, we're probably going to talk about it some more. But her newest movie, it's called Significant Other. Well, I don't want to say it's her newest movie because she actually does have a couple other movies that have recently come out, or at least one that I know of. But Significant Other, and I believe it's on Paramount Plus. So if you have Paramount Plus, you can check it out. It's definitely worth it. As far as I know, they've got their little promotion thing where you can get Paramount Plus for free for 7 days and all that. I'll tell you what, this movie is worth it. It really, really is. And this is totally different than It Follows and Watcher. This movie has mystery in it, and it also has like a little bit of a horror sci-fi twist to it. But this one also came out in 2022. This one came out after Watcher, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It stars Maika Monroe, of course, and also Jake Lacy, who was great. And they're a couple dealing with their problems and issues, and they decide to go backpacking in the woods up in the Northwest. And they're interrupted by a meteor strike, bringing an alien life form into the picture. And that's all I want to say. That is all I want to say. This movie, it's crazy. It's crazy. Not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it is really, really cool. It's atmospheric. They're in the woods. You guys know I love stuff that happens in the woods, and there's twists and turns in it. There's mystery, and it's really, really cool because you basically are following this couple, again, played by Maika Monroe and Jake Lacy. So the weight of the film is directly on their shoulders. Like if they don't work as an actor and actress, the movie falls apart. But to me, I think it's a great movie. It really, really is. And again, it's on Paramount Plus. I took a chance on it. I can't remember how I heard about it. I think I was on Paramount Plus just checking stuff out. We wanted something to watch, and it popped up. They show you new releases and stuff like that. And I saw the poster, and I was looking at it. I was like, wow, that's Maika Monroe. What is this? And I read the synopsis it had for the movie, and I was like, man, I got to check this out. Coriander and myself, we loved it. It was just so cool. Again, for you guys that are into, the woods, horror, mystery, it has a little bit of a sci-fi flavor to it. And when I say sci-fi, guys, and I know Val's still in the chat and she likes to joke around by saying she's not a sci-fi fan. Let me explain. I don't mean they go into space and all that type of stuff. I'm just talking about there's a threat, a possible threat, and I'm just going to leave it there. But it's a great film, guys. It really is. Ooh. Hey, Steven.
Hey, I'm back.
I'm ranting and stuff. And Steven's like, Keep on going, bro.
It's all good, man. I never heard of that movie, so
Yeah.
gives me something to put on my watch list.
Yeah, bro. It's on Paramount Plus. I don't know if you have Paramount
I
Plus, but if you
do.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I was gonna say if you don't, because I think we got it part of that, 7-day free trial type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yep.
but this is a movie that it just kind of came up, when they show you their new releases, and I
Mhm.
saw the poster of it, and I was like, oh, that's Maika Monroe. I got to check this
Yeah.
out. Like, seriously, I'm just a big fan of her work, and these three movies I've been talking about, they're all three different types of horror films.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's number one why I think she's a really talented actress, and in my opinion, a modern day scream queen. But they're all three
Yeah.
of them really well shot,
Mhm.
great atmosphere, great tension,
Mhm.
and like I said, just different. Like you know me, bro. If I can go into a movie and it surprises me, and I don't
Mhm.
know what's going to happen from moment to moment, you've got my vote. As
Yeah.
as a really good film.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good one. And I was just ranting about it, but
Love it.
Val saying Night, I'm ashamed to say she wasn't on my radar as a scream queen. And that's exactly why I wanted to talk about her today, Val. So
Yeah.
don't feel ashamed. I'm hoping that you guys who don't know her or her work will at least be in the process of learning about her. Um, Same as I was, when I first saw It Follows, I didn't know who she was. But I enjoyed the movie, and I said, I'm gonna remember that name. She has a very um, unique name, anyways. And so, when I would hear about other things, and especially once I saw Watcher, did you see Watcher, Stephen?
Dude, that's the one I want to see, and I've not seen it yet.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, maybe we got to do a watch. I know I keep saying this, but maybe we got to do a watch party, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've wanted to see that forever, and I have not seen it yet.
Now, can I ask you a question? Now, what? How come you've wanted to watch it forever? Was it because of stuff you heard about it, or?
Just the premise,
Mm-hmm.
really. The premise is interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Jake that saw it a long time ago and said it was pretty good.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
remember him saying that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want to see it anyway. And ever since then, I'm like, yeah, I got to watch that movie.
Yeah.
But I
High
haven't, like I
praise.
say, I haven't seen it and I haven't watched the trailer or anything.
Good. Yeah. Don't. Not that
No.
not that the trailer gives it away, but just going cold, man. Maybe
Hmm.
this is what I'll do. At some point today, let's try to think of maybe doing a watch party, bro.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know, because I think
Definitely.
I think you'll really enjoy it, and
Okay.
yeah, man, it is so good. She's like I said, I'm doing a stream, basically, kind of shouting her out because I just think she's that good. I really do.
Nice.
Katie saying I really enjoyed this movie. Ooh, okay, all right. Okay, so you guys saw Significant Other. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Val saw it too, saying I did watch this one. I also enjoyed it. Nice, nice.
Okay.
In the chat, we've got, oh, I love this. Maximus Prime. I love that. That is an awesome name, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the community. Saying I always thought Micah and Jane Livy were underrated scream queens. Yes. Yes. I thought Jane was obviously great in the Evil Dead 2013 movie. I thought she was really good in Don't Breathe. I want to see her in more horror films. I really would.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'm just gonna catch up to you guys. Melissa, what's going on? Good to
Hey,
see
Melissa.
you. All right. Yeah, but I think that the other thing I wanted to kind of angle this too, talking about her as a scream queen, for you, Stephen, because I put up a poll asking people, what they thought of some modern day scream queens, such as Maika Monroe, but of course, Mia Goth, Melissa
Hmm.
Barrera, Anya Taylor-Joy. For you, do any of those ladies are any of them your favorite scream queens of the modern day, or do you have any others that you really enjoy their work?
Mia Goth probably is my current most favorite modern scream queen.
Okay.
I think she's not really she's not really a final girl because she's more usually the villain antagonist than
Yes,
she is a protagonist.
that's
But
right.
I love her character. I love the character she plays. And as an actor, she's fantastic in my book.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I really enjoy her. And I know it's an older movie, but um, the actress whose name always escapes me, who plays in You're Next, the uh,
Oh, Sharni Vincent,
is that her
the
name?
the the
Okay,
final girl.
the final girl that
Yeah,
yeah, and You're Next.
yeah.
I've always held her in high regard as a
Mm-hmm.
final girl.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
yeah, and then as far as Melissa Barrera has definitely earned points in Scream Six in my book.
Yeah.
I still put Mia Goth ahead of her, and most everybody else right now
Mm-hmm.
for me. But Sydney Prescott, baby, is
Yep.
still number one
There
for
it
me.
is. There it is. So if you were to do, okay, so if you were to, and this is all, this isn't scripted. You didn't know I was going to do any of this.
No,
So we're
no.
we're just having fun. But if you were to give me your top three, so we got
Mm,
Sydney at number one.
yep.
Who's in second place and who's in third?
Oh man. Wow.
I know, right?
Oh boy.
Hey, what's
Because
up,
we're going
Ralph?
all time here, man. This is like all time, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Well, it's gonna have to be. Uh, how do you get away from the top three? You got with Sydney, Lori, and Nancy. I mean, to me, those are your top three. I can't. It's almost if I replace one of them, who in
Mm-hmm.
the heck would I replace one of them with?
Right.
That is
Right.
justified in my book. So
Right.
so for me, it's gonna have to be Sydney, Lori, and Nancy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very
How about
cool.
you?
Well, bro, um, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but those three, definitely, they got to be at the top for me. The thing I always struggle with is number one, Lori or Sydney. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Because I think I love them both for different reasons. you
Hmm.
know and then of course sometimes you blur the lines of perception, because then you think of the actress, you think about Nev, and then you think about Jamie Lee Curtis. If we're talking about as an actress, I got to put Jamie above Nev because she's
Hmm.
also done other stuff too. But
Hmm.
as far as the character itself, it's tough, man. There's been times I've said Sydney over Lori, and there's times when I've gone the other way. I will say this, that not having Sydney do what I thought she could have or should have done in 5
Hmm.
really upset me as a fan.
Hmm. Yeah.
It really, really did. And I'm hoping for Scream 7 that they rectify that. I really do, man. But
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I knee jerk reaction. I'd probably say Lori, then Sydney, then Nancy.
Okay.
But there's been times I've had it the other way, where Nancy's got to be in third. And I love
Yep.
Heather Langenkamp, but Nancy's got to be in third. Now, when Nightmare comes back, and we know it will come back, and Heather Langenkamp has said she wants to come back. Let's do this thing. She said, "I'm literally just waiting for the call."
Man.
Can you imagine that? You've got Heather
Mm.
Langenkamp just sitting there waiting for you guys to get on this thing, jump on this train. You see what
Yep.
Halloween's been able to do. We see what Scream's been able to do. You've got Chucky and Hellraiser and TCM doing well on streaming. It's like, let's get this ball going for Nightmare to
Yes.
come back, while we can enjoy folks. Because, think about this. If they had
Yeah.
brought Nightmare back a couple years ago, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe we would have gotten another film with Robert. You know, I mean, it's possible. Who knows? But now that's looking like it's definitely not going to happen. So, Nancy's going to be in third, but who knows, man? You know, she might if she comes back and it's a great movie, and maybe if they do a new trilogy or whatever, maybe she could jump up to number 2 for me. Maybe she could. Real quick too in the chat, let me catch up with you guys. Melissa saying it is hot like here, 92 here. Just tried to get x-rays for my mom. She fell the other day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Melissa. Her leg hurts but need a script. No more walk-ins. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Melissa. I hope she's going to be okay. Oh, that sucks. I hope she's going to be okay, Melissa. Nathan, a fan of Aaron from Your Next. Yes. Let's see. Ralph saying, love the shirt night. Oh, thank you. Phantasm. Boy. Yes. And again, if you guys did not see our Versus stream on Tuesday night, it was a blast. Joe saying Sidney Prescott all the way for me. Joe, hey, I definitely understand it. Let me just say this too, guys, and I was this close to getting a chance to meet Nev Campbell last year, and unfortunately scheduling changed that, and I didn't get a chance to meet her at the con. I was devastated. I was like, man, I was looking forward to that so much, and I've just heard so many great things about her with her interaction with fans and so forth. So the quest continues, guys. The quest continues. I've got to meet Nev Campbell at a con. Nathan saying, my final girl list, Sydney is the GOAT. Olivia Hussey. All right. Olivia getting some love. Nancy in third place. Olivia from Black Christmas. Black Christmas getting some love. If you guys have not seen Black Christmas, you are missing out. You are missing out. It's kind of, to me, it's like a precursor to John Carpenter's Halloween. So, yep, exactly. Melissa said, Nathan, who? Olivia, Black Christmas, guys. Black Christmas. And again, and I try to do it as much as I can by talking horror of today, but also making sure, for me, and I'm just talking about for me as a horror fan, to try to pay respect to horror from the past as far back as I can go, which, when I was a kid, I remember, my grandmother at her house watching Psycho, and that was from 1960. It was on TV at some point, and she was like, hey, check this out. I was like, all right. So, I really enjoy passing on that knowledge to you guys, because I know for some of you guys, especially the really young folks, some people don't know what Black Christmas is. So, but for me as a horror fan, it's must watch. That's not to say you're gonna love it, but I don't know. And Steven, you can let me know what you think, but I just love knowing the history of horror, and I try to go back to those older classics just to get a sense of what horror was like back in the 70s, or if you're watching something like Psycho, you're talking about 1960.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's fun to go back and see the shoulders that horror stands on now.
That's right.
Because the stuff that we see in the last 20 years is, in 30 years even, is standing on those movies from the 70s and 60s. And so it's important to I think to go back and appreciate the origins of what we have now, of what we now know as slashers and modern horror, and and there's still a lot to enjoy on those old movies.
Oh yeah,
a lot. And
yeah,
and I'm not extremely versed in this particular thing I'm about to mention as much as you are, Knight, but I've seen a few of the Italian horror slashers. What is it, Gallo?
Giallos, yeah.
Yeah, Giallos, and help me out,
Dario Argento.
Dario Argento. Sorry, I told you. But I've seen a few that they're all really good whodunit murder mysteries.
Yes.
And they're a different style, a feel, for sure, than the American movies. But even those in the 70s contributed to what we have now, but in some ways. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but the American films for sure. Psycho again is a movie that I don't know how many people still watch that movie, like newer horror fans go back and
Mm-hmm.
never see that movie. But it's one that I think if you like slashers, you like horror, it's almost required viewing. You should at least watch it one time. You may
Yeah.
never watch it again,
Mm-hmm.
but you should at least see it once because
Yeah.
it has a huge player in the genre that we enjoy now.
Yeah. Totally agreed. And I mean, and a lot of these classics, and especially the ones that people hear about, there's a reason you hear about it. Because it,
Yeah,
it it made a mark, or it was just very well done, or it had really good audience praise or critical praise. I mean, Psycho's directed by Alfred Hitchcock. So,
hmm,
if you're a horror fan, there's just some things that you just have to do, in my humble opinion. And in my humble opinion, you have
yeah,
to at least check out some of
yeah,
Alfred Hitchcock's movies, and especially Psycho. And then you just kind of, and I'm not saying that's the first, but that's some of the earlier horror movies that I was really big into as far as slashers. Of course, you can go all the way back to the Universal monsters in the 30s if you really want, which I
right.
enjoyed those too, especially when I was younger. But there's just so much history, and it gives you a sense of what was, it gives you a sense of what is, and it gives you a sense of what may be.
That's true.
I mean, there's still, to this day, I mean, we've got Renfield that just came out. We've got the Voyage of the Demeter that's coming out. We also
hmm
have Robert Eggers' Nosferatu that he's working on. So we're literally getting like 3 vampire movies this year, and that all started back, in the 30s. With
hmm
Nosferatu, with Bela Lugosi, and the Universal monsters and all those things. So in other words, horror has a really rich history, and I think that it's really cool to get a chance to check it out. And for
Yeah.
me as a horror fan, I try to definitely, um, I just always want to learn. Always want to learn.
hmm
That's my vibe. Val saying, final girls for me: Lori, Sydney, Nancy, Jenny, Tina. Tina getting some love. There you go,
All
Val.
right, Tina.
Love it. Love it. JJ saying Black Christmas is great. Yeah, it's really. Katie saying, I've never seen Black Christmas. Katie, you gotta watch it. Val says it too. You gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
it's pretty dark.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan said we might have to do a Black Christmas watch party night. Maybe. Maybe. I really do. I really do love Black Christmas. Let's see. Aloy, what's going on? Welcome to the chat saying, hey, how is everyone? Welcome to
All
the chat. Hope
right.
you're doing well too. Let's see. Ty saying, I can't wait for the Dracula movies. I'm pumped for Demeter. Yeah, it looks good. The trailer for it. Have you seen the trailer for Voyage of the Demeter?
I have not. No.
Ooh, check it out, man. It is
Okay.
it again, it's well, I don't want to say anything, just check it out. But vampire movie, but it looks like it's really paying homage to the old school stories, how Dracula, Bram Stoker's vision for Dracula and so forth. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of great scream queens. We've talked about some of them. Mia Goth obviously is right up there, no doubt about it. We also, yes, Nathan, that's the one with the boat. Yes. Yep. 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 There's also been just sent out an image for the Nun 2. And I know there's a lot of people that, may not have been big fans, for the first movie. I thought it was atmospheric. It definitely had flaws. But I was really interested in the character of Valak because I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring movies and so forth, of course. But this is the first image that's been put out there for the Nun 2, and it fits into this conversation because it's Taissa Farmiga, who is Vera Farmiga's younger sister. And my God, they look so much alike. It's not even funny, but I think they've got like, I don't even know how many years between them, 18 years, something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, there's a huge age gap between them. But of course, Vera, to me, is also a great scream queen, modern day scream queen.
True.
And, she's done a lot of great stuff, and she's an amazing actress. But yeah, so, this image, I think it just came out yesterday, and they're talking about it's time to revisit the Conjuring universe, and it's going to be released September the 8th. So
Mm.
the Nun 2, you got the faceless nuns in this image right here, which looks really, really it looks scary, man. But I can't wait to see what they do with Valak, and yeah, I mean, I'm curious about it. I think there's a chance this could be really good, because the issues that people had with the first movie, they had a lot of jump scares in the first movie. And
Yeah.
I think most of them were kind of cheap jump scares. Now, some people love jump scares, so I don't want to make it sound like a negative thing. Me, I'm a fan of jump scares that are organic.
Mm-hmm.
They work within the story, and it's not just like right now, if I was talking to you and all of a sudden I yelled real quick, that's like a cheap jump scare. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you guys know what I'm saying. But anyways, but I think there's a good chance that they might learn from the criticisms of the first movie. It made a lot of money, the first movie, and then part of that is also because it's part of the Conjuring universe. But when I think of Annabelle, the first Annabelle had a lot of criticism as well, but the second Annabelle was pretty darn good. So I'm really hoping that the same will happen with the Nun 2. I'm just a fan of horror anyways, man. So I'm going to be checking out all these things because
Mm-hmm.
it's just interesting to me, So we do have a chance for this fall, going into the Halloween season, to really have some good stuff coming out. And I just can't wait for Saw X. So, and the hope, although I don't think there's been true confirmation, but the hope is that Shawnee Smith is not only involved, but heavily involved. And she's another scream queen, in my opinion, that I really enjoy. So we'll have to see, but there's some great stuff coming into the fall.
For
It
sure.
really, really is. Yeah. Ty saying, I'm hoping the Nun trailer is attached to Insidious because I'm seeing it tonight. Pretty stoked. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think the trailer is already out, but I haven't watched it yet. I was thinking of doing a reaction to it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Joe said already looks better than the first. Val saying, I'm so excited for the Nun 2. Valak scares the you-know-what out of me. Yeah. Yep. Carrie said, don't say her name. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. And of course, tomorrow, and some people mentioned it earlier in the stream, tomorrow is Insidious. So yeah, we're pretty excited to check it out and see what they do with it. I've enjoyed all the Insidious movies, and they've been all. What I want to see is how it connects to the other four, because all four movies, and not to spoil it for people that haven't seen, but all four movies are interconnected and loop around and so forth. So I'm really curious to see what happens in this movie. I'm really curious to see Lynn Shay, if she's going to be involved with it or not. So yeah, I'm
Is
pretty
James
excited.
Wan involved in this one? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm sure he might be an executive producer, but Patrick Wilson is directing it. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what James Wan's involvement is. I think Lee Wanell helped to write it.
Okay.
Because he's been involved with it since the beginning. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
I will say, having Patrick Wilson directing it, at least, and this will be his directorial debut. So we'll see how it goes. I love him as an actor. We'll see how it goes. But at least he has a handle on his character, and he's been, I mean, obviously working with the Conjuring movies as well. I mean, he's been right there with James Wan, you know. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
that rubbed off on him. And I love him as an actor. So yeah,
Yeah. True.
yeah. So, but anyways, guys, we're gonna get ready to close this thing down. Joe's got his stream coming up in a minute. I'm going to be jumping over there and hanging out. So definitely make sure you guys hang out with us there on the Dreaming Insomniacs. We're going to be hanging out for a little bit, and just, man, you know how it is, Steven. I just like hanging out and just, we're talking movies or pop culture, and it's always fun, man. Especially with the community, our friends, and other
Oh yeah,
content creators.
it's a blast, man. It's really a special thing, and and a lot of fun, and hanging out with you, especially, man, is a treat, and always is such a joy to get to do it. You know,
Yeah,
and I want to
absolutely,
have you
man.
over on my channel soon, as we
Yes,
can
man.
work it out. On our schedules.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and I know we're live, but when we get backstage, I'm gonna chat with you about your schedule and see what we can do maybe later today,
Yeah.
even if possible. So I want to chat with you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, we
Cool.
got to make something happen. So, now for you guys in the chat, thanks so much for hanging out. Nathan was reminding us James Wan and Lee Winnell are producers of the Red Door of the new Insidious movie. So that's always a good thing,
It is
If
very
they can have
much.
their hands involved with this, I'm very, very it's a positive thing for sure.
It
No
is.
doubt. Yeah. And Val putting the link in the chat. Definitely don't forget to also make sure you subscribe to Steven's channel. I'm going to put his link in the description. I know Val put it in the chat earlier for our streams coming up with Lee. Make sure you hit the like for that as well. And maybe we'll be on Steven's channel later on. We'll see.
Maybe so. We'll try to
keep
make it happen.
keep your eyes open, guys. Like I said, keep your eyes open on the front page of channels, man, because it shows when upcoming streams are and stuff like that. So,
That's right.
But anyways, we'll catch you guys later on. Take it easy. As always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace.
Bye, guys.